My only concern about that is that the whole thing was sort of veiled in a shroud of secrecy for a couple of months here, so I'm a little nervous and worried about the transparency piece. But if they're transparent about it, I think it's important for states to be willing to consider it. I think, as I said, I think it's important that the Commonwealth of Mass and local communities hold the feds accountable for what the feds are saying they're planning to do here. If they're saying they're going to process folks in 35 days, they better process folks in 35 days. And there ought to be a regular report that comes to the Commonwealth of Mass that lays out exactly what's happening.
You sympathize with the folks down in Bourne and whatnot who have been raising concerns about this?
Well, that's the part when I say that we need to make sure that there's a federal commitment to be open and transparent about how this process is going to work. That's what I'm referring to. They need to be communicating to local and state officials aggressively about that.
Do you think this kind of gives the GOP a boost in some capacity, since this seems to really be unifying people, kind of the concerns that the Democrat governor kind of helped this issue kind of hit Massachusetts?
Yeah, I guess what I would say is I think I think this is one where most people have a tremendous amount of concern for the kids, and that's where it starts. And the real question here is for most people, it's going to be the what and the how. And again, I think it's incumbent on the federal government, since they created this crisis, to be very forthcoming with the Commonwealth as a cooperating entity and with local communities about how this is going to work, how many kids, what's the process, how are they going to be processed, and then some sort of very regular update here, because in the end, this needs to be something that the feds pay for, the feds organize, the feds operate, and it ought not to be something that ultimately splashes back on the people of Massachusetts. I mean, the Commonwealth of Mass right now has 2,300 homeless families living in hotels and motels, and it has a DCF that I think we would all agree has been over its head with respect to its ability to do its job on behalf of the kids who are here, and that's why it's very important that the federal government own this from one end to the other and report regularly to the Commonwealth and to people in local communities about what's actually going on with every single child.